Hey there, Internet. Felix Finch here, and I have the fallout from Wrestle Kingdom 14 with New Year's Dash. Of course, we start with Liger's retirement ceremony, and they have a very beautiful package going through the past 31 years of Liger. The NJPW core roster comes out to join Liger in ring for a photo op. Tanahashi presents a large flower bouquet. Everybody is wearing Liger retirement shirts. Chaos comes out next and with Okada presenting flowers and also taking a selfie, which has gone around online. The former president of NJPW comes out, as well as the current president of NJPW, Harold May. We get to see Liger's wife and son as they come out to join Liger in ring. And then out of nowhere, there is an appearance by Antonio Inoki, which is pretty awesome. I mean, he's by video, but still, Inoki taking his time to come out for this is wonderful. Liger gives a beautiful speech about being able to finally spend time at home with his family and being able to have his mother in attendance last night after having a life where she even survived Hiroshima. After the 10 bell, they tossed Liger into the air 3 times, and the roster joined together in singing Liger's theme. It was a beautiful moment. I don't think there was a dry eye in that house for Liger's retirement. It was beautiful. Before the first match of the night, we have Hanare, Uemura, and Tsuji facing off against Fredericks, Connors, and Coughlin. It's the LA Dojo versus the Japan and Folly Dojo. Yuya Uemura is starting off with Coughlin, and they start with the ground grapple game. This is probably the best showing we've had for Coughlin because we normally see Fredericks and Connors, but not much of him. And they seem to be building to he and Tsuji, and I'm all for it. Uemura gets a deep Boston Crab on Carl Fredericks, but it's broken up by the other members of the LA Dojo. And Carl hits one of the most beautiful drop kicks I've ever seen, and he wins with a deep Boston Crab of his own with a knee kind of lion tamer style on Uemura's head. I give this 3 stars. It was a better match than I expected. Did a great job of building all of the young lions involved. Next up, we have El Fantasma Nishimori versus Desperado and Kanemaru versus Hiromu and Bushi versus Sho and Yo in a non-title light heavyweight tag team 4-way. A lot of movement and action happening between these teams. It's 2 members at a time. There's a really cool guillotine leg drop spot by Kanemaru onto Hiromu, who is draped over the railing. Pretty much every team gets in and takes time to stop down Hiromu because, he is the light heavyweight champion, so giant target on his back. Everybody is getting a decent amount of time in the match to shine. Intense waterfall sequence ending with a Sho Desperado pairing in ring, and Desperado kicking out of a last ride backcracker. Bushi tries to miss Desperado, but ends up catching Sho instead, who gets rolled up for a Suzuki-gun win by Desperado. Obviously setting up a tag team challenge in the future. 2.5 stars, frantic match that protected all involved. Next up, we have the Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, with Bad Luck Fale and Owen, so Bullet Club facing off against Juice Robinson, Finlay, Ibushi, and Tanahashi. The babyface team comes out wearing their Liger retirement shirts, with the tag champs wearing the red and black Liger hats, which apparently had moving little ear antenna, which was kind of adorable. Owens tries to extend an offer for Ibushi to rejoin the Bullet Club and get his groove back. Tana takes a lot of the heat, and I am surprisingly loving the interplay between Owens and Ibushi throughout the match. Fun spot where Robinson avoids a codebreaker by keeping his head up and getting the Superman tag to Ibushi. After a prolonged exchange between Ibushi, he gets the pin on Owens with a Kamagoye. 3 stars, a very entertaining match, and again, I love the Ibushi-Owens setup, and also a tease of an Ibushi-Tanahashi tag team is really promising. There's a lot of beef in the ring for this next match. It is Ishii and Goto teaming up against Evil and Takagi. Ishii calls out Evil to begin with. There's a heavy exchange with the 2 of them, ending with a near fall, like 30 seconds in with the Darkness Falls. Goto and Takagi get very fighty as well once they're in. And holy shit, the baseball bat swing of the chair to the chair that's around Ishii's neck. Easy to see the 2 feuds play out in ring with Shingo and Goto and Evil Ishii. A really high impact match where you can just see the sweat flying off of everybody with every hit. Each man treating this match as a main event. And I don't know what that modified Magic Killer into a GTR is called, but it looked absolutely bonkers. I I loved I messaged it to Brian and he called it the yes, the classic fuck you driver. Shingo gives Goto a draping GTR and finishes him off with the last of the dragon. 5 stars. This match was amazing. It's a definite must see. That was banana. Shingo makes a title challenge to Goto post match. So again, I can't wait to see how that happens. We have Okada, Yoshihashi, Ospreay, and Eagles teaming up against Suzuki, Archer, ZSJ, and Tai Chi. So it's Chaos versus Suzuki-gun with Tai Chi stepping up to Okada and Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr. facing off. Ospreay and ZSJ open the match and it begins a quick-paced Battle of the Britons. Lots of graps to be had everywhere. The match goes outside and Suzuki hits Eagles with a barricade and a non-folding chair, which I thought was kind of entertaining. Eagles is the whipping boy, taking all of the heat from Suzuki-gun, and a shout out to Gino Gambino for really playing up his amusement at watching an Aussie rival getting owned. Yoshihashi trying to suplex Archer and attempting to go toe-to-toe with the big man is pretty cool. Finally, Tai Chi and Okada face off, which is not a rivalry I would have called. There's a big waterfall ending with Tai Chi taking Okada to Dick Kick City and using Isuka's Iron Glove, getting DQ'd, and beating down Okada post-match, as well as Zack Sabre Jr. choking out Ospreay on the outside. Again, 3 stars, another wild match, and probably the best use of DQ I've seen in a while. Moxley comes out to chase off Tai Chi after the match, and then Suzuki gets in the ring. The two face off and start brawling. It ends with Suzuki getting a Death Rider and being left in the ring lying. Although as Mox goes away, Suzuki can be seen lying down laughing. Great character moment. And in our main event, we have Jay White teaming with Kenta to face off against Sanada and Naito. So Bullet Club versus LIJ. Kenta has nuclear heat going into this match for interrupting Naito's Wrestle Kingdom moment. I've never heard a NJPW crowd boo so heavily someone's entrance as they did with Kenta. So he might be the most hated man in wrestling, as they kept saying. Naito begins the match by immediately attacking Kenta before even taking off his suit. Sanada and White start the match hot in ring. Kenta and White keep Naito out of the match for much of the beginning, with Naito getting Kenta as soon as he gets tagged in. Just sustained aggression from Naito, and Sanada following it up by flying to the outside everywhere. Sanada has Jay White in a skull end, and Gato tries to get in to interfere. Sanada kicks at the rope, taking him to Dick Kick City as well. And Sanada reverses Jay White's Blade Runner into a European clutch for the pin and win. 3.5 stars. Interesting to see where the Sanada White story will go. And looking forward to the continuing saga of Kenta and Naito. But after the match, Jay White and Kenta cut promos against their opponents after they perform a beatdown. Kenta openly challenges for both of the belts, teases by holding them, and White challenges Sanada, but I'm not sure with Sanada what the stakes are. Overall, this show gets a solid B+. Again, didn't feel as important as either Wrestle Kingdom show, obviously. However, the Liger ceremony, absolutely beautiful. Though I'm not judging this on the Liger ceremony, I'm judging this on the matches. All the matches did a really good job putting forth the stories they want to set up. New Japan is really good at that. Very good in the setup, especially. It's something I kind of wish AEW used Dark more for, where you could just have these big tag matches that build up rivalries while getting everybody looked at once. It's a real use of economy there. And like I said, the Goto Ishii versus Shingo Takagi and Evil. Big brawly hoss fight, but all for it. It looked great. It was wild. Definitely go back, watch it, match of the night. But you know what, guys? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Be sure to like this video if you enjoy it, subscribe to my channel, and buy my t-shirts at friscoflame.com. You can also support me on Patreon, patreon.com/friscoflame, for exclusive perks, merch, and bonus content. And this is the last New Japan show before New Beginnings next month. So I'll see you guys then. I might pick some of the new beginnings that are happening in the USA if they're streaming on New Japan World, and CMLL I might cover. But if I do that, the Fantastica Mania, I'll do that on the Patreon page exclusively. Anyway, guys, peace out, party peoples. I will see you for TakeOver Blackpool 2.